Hi, I'm Chris and we are JCD. In this week's episode, we open up a can of worms with a large drainage survey that we're undertaking. I've got tenders coming out my ear holes, and we revisit a post-construction clean project to make an entire standalone video. We Are JCD episode 6, roll the footage. Good morning, team. Monday morning. I hope everyone had a pleasant weekend. I had a couple of call outs to do for the drainage. Call outs are not that often at the moment, to be honest. I don't get a lot of them. We do a bit for a maintenance company where we deal with some call outs, but I had a couple of call outs Sunday on the drainage, just general blockages. One we've got to go back to and do some work on a line that was full of fat and grease at a takeaway, so we're going to do that tomorrow. Today I am down in Deal, just got here, big site down here, big development. This particular customer, the company that started building this development, they have gone under. They've gone into administration, so there's a new company here that's taken over the development, and as part of that they want to have all the drainage surveyed, as they have had some issues. So some of these plots are already occupied. So they've called us down to do a couple of days of surveying just to get a general feel as to what the drain lines are like. So I'm going to be down here all day today, just doing some surveying on a day rate at this particular development. So I'll take you guys around for the day, show you what's going on and point out anything we find. But we just got here, so we'll get our kit on and then we will go and get signed in and get going. We've got a little bit of a quiet week this week, to be honest, in terms of stuff that's planned, which is fine. We have weeks like that now and then. I've got a tender that I've got to finish up and get back this week. Deadline is the end of this week, so that must be done. I've also got some bits and pieces to return for that large contract that I've told you guys about on a couple of occasions, so I've got to get that done today. I'll do that this evening. So yeah, a bit of a quiet week. We'll catch up with Adam in the week, we'll get some content down. So right, we're ready, let's go see the lads and get started. So we are around halfway through the day. We've surveyed a lot of the lines on the main street. There is some issues on this site. The mains is blocked. The problem I have is the van I'm in is just one of our standard jetting vans, and the mains pipe that's here is a 225mm pipe, which is a lot larger. It's actually quite difficult to survey with the camera I've got as well, because it's really only made for pipes up to 6 inch, so 150mm. So you can see there's quite a bit of difference there. Surveyed a lot of them, they seem to be okay, but it's quite a big site, so we've got lots to do here. But one of the mains is actually blocked, so I'm just going to fill the jetting van up, get it unblocked. We've got a few weeks work here, to be honest. This is not a quick 5-minute fix. There's lots going on, lots to do at this particular project, and that's if we don't find anything wrong. That's before we even find anything that needs repairs, if there is anything. Hopefully there's not. So we'll carry on the rest of the afternoon. As I say, I'm here all day. So let's fill the van up and let's get this mains unblocked. So we've jetted the main line with one of our big nozzles, and as you can see down the bottom, all that movement, that is clearing. But there's big mains manholes behind us, 3 of them that are full. So it's going to take a little while for that to clear out. So we'll let that clear and then we'll survey it. The problem I'm having is the camera that I have on this particular job. This is a very, very deep mains manhole. It's probably 12, 14 meters deep, I guess. And when you're trying to push a camera down it, you can't get the leverage on it. So I'm probably going to need a crawler on this one, which is a mechanical camera that you control from the top. You can already see in that mains there's a brick. So we'll let this clear out and then I'll reassess the situation and take another look. Craig, I'll drop you an email later, mate, alright? Yes. It's another day. It's Tuesday. I've already done the job. I usually been sleeping. I've just got down to a job local to the office, actually, really close, down at Rhythm Docks, which is just literally around the corner from us. I've got a job down here where they've got some cable ducting that is blocked. That is actually a whole industry in itself. Drainage companies help the telecoms industry when it comes to blockages in ducting. And this job is nice and close to us. We have done a little bit of that before, not massive amounts, but you know, it's similar to just jetting a drain line, etc. Really, the premise is the same. So I'm down here at Rhythm Docks. I've had another job this morning, which I didn't film because I got there, had a chat with the guy that owned the property. He showed me where he thought it was, but it was slightly, the drains run different to how he expected. So I lifted it up, put a rod down there, it literally went within 2 seconds. I didn't have enough time he sort of come out and met me, so I didn't have enough time to get the camera out ready. But I've just got down to Rhythm Docks. It's a high-vis area because it's a construction type area. So I'm just gonna get my orange bottoms on. I'll go and see the customer and then we will get going with seeing what we can do on this particular job. The rest of the day today, I am going to be in the office. I've got 2 tenders that I must spend the rest of the day doing. I've picked them up, put them down, picked them up, put them down. They've got to be back by the end of this week. And you never know what the week's going to entail. So I want to use today. It's cleared for the rest of the day. It's only 9 o'clock now. I should be done by about 10ish. And HQ is 1-2 minutes away, if that. So I'll get back there and I will knuckle down and get them tenders done because they need to be in by Friday. So let me get my bottoms on and we'll get going and see what we can do at this job. We have just got back down to JCD HQ, the job that we was on, and you guys see me start with the block duct. Turned out to be quite an interesting one, actually. Again, jumped out and there was it's quite an important piece of cable they are pulling through. So there was lots of people round, so it probably wasn't appropriate to film, and that happens sometimes. And again, I'm on my own, so I didn't get to film it. I have got some footages and some pictures of what was wrong, so I'm sure Adam will chuck that on the screen for you guys to have a look at. Effectively, where they've pulled the cable through with a winch, it was a big cable, probably 2-3 inches. No, bigger than that probably. 3.5 inches. They're pulling it through with a winch because it's a big heavy cable, and it appears the winch has caught maybe a loose collar and it's pulled the ducting, sort of crushed it back on itself. It's completely irreparable, so it will need digging, which I don't think they was too impressed to hear, but there you go. It's just what the nature of the job needed. So I am back down at HQ now. I have got some paperwork to get through, as I mentioned to you guys. Just a little bit of an update on what's going on. We've obviously got a couple of tenders out with JCD, as you guys know. As I mentioned on the channel before, I am sort of putting my focus into grey water drainage at the moment because it's very up and down in terms of the attention that I've been giving it. As I mentioned on the channel, JCD is our main breadwinner. We have a 7-figure turnover, hundreds of employees. And grey water drainage, when that gets busy, tends to sort of take a backward step. And it's good that we can turn that on and off, but I don't feel like I've really gave it focus. And it's interesting, the last couple of weeks I have been focusing on grey water, making sure jobs are done, putting them in the diary, pushing it a little bit, and it's picking up a lot of momentum at the moment. We've got a tender out with grey water to cover a well-known supermarket brand and a sub-brand of theirs across the south of the UK. So that's an interesting one, putting a bit of time into that. And if that comes to fruition, then we'll be able to get a couple of guys out on a van doing all the drainage stuff day to day, and that will then take me away from it, and I can focus on growing both the businesses simultaneously, which is obviously the end goal. So I'm down at HQ. I'm going to be down here the rest of the day, catch up on some paperwork, some emails. So that's going to wrap up Tuesday, guys. I'm not going to make you watch me do all that, but that's what's going on. So I will catch you guys bright and early Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, I am at a job that needs pricing for JCD cleaning. They want some machinery cleaned down that they've had in storage for some time. The customer's address was a Sittingbourne address, and it is literally one road away from the office, which is always nice and convenient. So we're going to head inside, meet the customer. We're going to have a quick look at this machine. I have seen some pictures of it and sort of give them an indicative price via pictures. I do that because I've had occasions where clients said, I want you to come down, do a site visit, and I've travelled an hour and a half to do a 5-minute walk around, and then an hour and a half back, and it's just not productive. So I'll give them a cost generally based on their needs and maybe a couple of pictures, and then if they want further clarity on it and they feel that cost I gave them is palatable, then I will go down to site to do a survey. But luckily, as I say, this one I could walk to. So I've just got here a little bit later than planned. The customer called me and said he was running behind, which is no problem given how close we are. So let's head inside and have a look and see what they've got for us.
It's a dusty old warehouse, and if you come around the back, it's actually really, it's just dust.
Yeah, it just needs a good clean down.
Here, it comes right off. It's literally just it's just dust, and then things like that. It's just
okay. So we want all this cleaned down. That's no problem. We've just got surface dust on there. That's no problem. Up here. What has it been? Just been in storage, is it?
Well, we've used it for years in a sort of dusty corner of the warehouse.
Yeah.
And we just moved it over here.
Realise how dusty it really is.
Yeah. I think we will end up boxing this in at some point.
Okay.
To try and contain
limit it. Yeah.
Down onto the top.
Right.
And then it comes through the weighing machine, drops it down, puts it into boxes. There's a lot of moving parts. It's just the dust.
Yeah. Just need to wipe over, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of a couple of my guys here for a day just giving it a real good wipe over, to be honest. As best they can. I mean, it would be done by hand. Yeah, you can see the dust on it, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Fine.
Yeah, and this is sort of it's a bit more. You're not going to get it looking perfect.
No, I mean,
stuff like these sort of just
underneath
the stuff on the outside,
the cables, which would be helpful. No problem. Up to the top. Yeah. Okay. Okay, buddy. Yeah. Perfect. I am back down at now JCD HQ. Had a walk around with the customer. He gave me some ideas of what he's after. They've got a machine basically that sorts out their particular product that they sell. It's been in storage for some time. They've just recently moved to the unit that is literally, again, just up the road from us. So it was good to go over there and see it, as I had based it on the guys not needing any access equipment, but actually going to look like it. It looks like they need a scissor lift to get to some of the high areas safely. So we'll have to cost that in. That's why it's always good to go out and do a site visit. But like I mentioned, I try and steer away from doing that initially. Just try and do it based on photos. And then if they say, okay, your cost is palatable to us, then I will do a site visit. So so that was useful. I've just got back down to JCD HQ. I've just got to finalise the tender that I was doing yesterday. It's all pretty much there. I've got about another hour on it, and then I need to print it off, send it to the customer. They want a soft copy, or they want a hard copy sent in the post, and then I will email another copy over. So I'll do all that today. I've got some bits and pieces I need to pay into the bank, checks. Yes, we do have some clients that still pay us by cheque. Then I am heading over to a drainage job that come in this morning, recommendation from a plumbing company in the local area. So I will head out, get the van and go and do that this afternoon, and I'll take you guys along with me. So I'm going to jump on the computer and I'll check back in with you guys shortly. We have finished down at JCD HQ. Done the tender, and we have posted it in the post office. This particular client, they wanted a soft copy. Let's get out of the way before I get run over. They wanted a soft copy, which is effectively a printed version sent out, and then we'll send it electronically also, which I'll do tomorrow. Send it electronically for the customer with all of our supporting documentation. We've had this contract about 4 years now, so you know, we've retained it a couple of times. Let's see if we can do it again. I've just arrived at a drainage job in Twiddle, which come in this morning. Had nothing planned, but customer called and said they had a blockage. So I've just got here, just going to get the kit on, and then we will go and see what we can do. So get it unblocked from. So let's get the boots on, and then we'll go and give the customer a knock. Have you got a downstairs room? Goes onto your stack. Perfect. Can you just flush that toilet for me?
Yeah, no.
Cracked it. No problem. So we have managed to clear that blockage. It was a blockage internal, so didn't affect the stack. So we've had to put one of our rigid machines inside the toilet and get it clear that way. But we got there eventually. A little bit more time consuming, that one, than some of your standard blockages that you get in manholes, but it's a bit difficult, you know. always reluctant to sort of put a jetter into someone's house just in case. But we got there with a flex shaft. Customer was happy. Where there's properties like that that's on a shared line, I know it's sort of stabbing yourself in or doing yourself out of money, but you know, I always tell customers in those situations where you've got a shared drain line, it's always worth calling your water board, because they have an obligation to maintain shared drain lines, which that one was. So I've let the lady know. They wouldn't have done that one because it was inside, wasn't outside in the drains, but just to let the lady know, because she says she's had a couple of blockages there. I think it's to do with the setup of the toilet. The U-bend then goes straight into an immediate 90, so that's probably why tissue's just hitting that bend and getting stuck there. But yeah, soft blockage, and it cleared eventually. So I am now heading over to Paddock Wood to help out with a contract over there. I actually sat down yesterday and had a look at what vacancies we've got, and it brought a tear to my eye. So we're exploring options with that. I have got a couple of other options, but they're just ultra expensive. And considering I've got 11 employees or 11 vacancies that we need to fill, that's without any tenders that are coming up, it becomes not cost effective to do, especially if you've got a retention issue. So that's something we need to mull over and give some thought to. So yeah, so I've got to head over there and just help out cover that particular contract. Hopefully it won't take too long. I am with Adam tomorrow. We're shooting a standalone video about construction cleaning and what goes on with that, and we're going to try and get some footage for our ad that we're going to put out on social media and on our website channel. So that wraps up Wednesday, guys. I will catch up with you in the morning. What's today? Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thursday. So we've made it to Thursday. We are down at HQ at the moment. Adam has joined me for today. We are putting part of our ad and social ad together this morning. We're going to do the intro and the outro, which will be done at JCD HQ, and then next week we'll do the middle part, which is going to be done out at different locations. We're also going over to one of our construction sites that we're actually close to finishing, and we're going to put together a standalone video for dishing the dirt. Dishing the dirt?
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. For the clean sweep, which will be a standalone video, which will give you a little bit more of an insight into what actually goes on a construction cleaning project, and some of the pluses and minuses of doing that if you're a cleaning business owner, in case you're new to the industry. So we're going to jump downstairs, start filming our ad, and then we're going to head over to Rochester and get that construction video. Typical. Trying to shoot an ad. Someone's bringing up food. Trying to shoot an ad and the battery's dead. This van only gets used occasionally, as and when we need it. Oh, delivering us bills, no doubt. Right, let's get the charger. Luckily I'm a part-time mechanic, as well as a finance expert, operations expert, general dog's body cleaner, bit of everything, me. Right. Is that how it works? Sound like that, isn't it? Get the charge up. And then we'll be able to actually start the day in the life, firefighting.
So what's the plan for the advert?
So we're going to be here at JCD HQ. Adam's going to use his extraordinary drone skills, fly over the building that's opposite us, and I'm going to be situated at the front here. Just going to tell a little bit about who we are and what we do. And then we're going to explain about our commercial services, which is your day-to-day office cleaning, school cleaning, etc. So we're going to plan to do cut scenes at each location. So the office cleaning will be obviously at an office, school will be at one of our schools, and we're going to do do that for also our specialist services, and try and have some bits and pieces going on in the background with staff. So we'll have to arrange that because staff will have to be on jobs, and then we're going to do an outro call to action. So we're going to have two, one for our social media and then one that's going to sit on the main page of our website. Hopefully that will give people a little bit of a, you know, an independent feel, give them a bit of an overview about what we do without having to go through all the website. That's the plan anyway, so we'll get that down in a minute if Adam don't crash the drone first while we wait for this. Live! Bloody thing. We only use this occasionally, to be honest. It's got our window cleaning kit on it and our pressure washing, but it sits here otherwise, and to be honest with you, it doesn't get started. Maybe I should do more of it. Whoa. Right, turn that off. Turn that off. Right, let's actually do something now. Right, let me put this away and we'll get started and put this act down. So we've just finished the intro and outro of our ad. I say we use a drone, trying to make it a bit interactive, one for our website, one for our social channel. So we've just wrapped up that and we're going to do the remaining parts of that next week. As I say, they're going to be out on site. We're going to try and do some transitions from different places, dependent on the service that we are talking about or offering. So we're going to head in the car now over to one of our construction sites in Rochester. Roger is over there doing a pre-occupancy clean, so the tenant is moving in tomorrow. Me and Adam are going to film a video just about what actually goes on when we do a construction clean in the property, some of the pitfalls, some of the bits we look out for, and just make a bit of an informative video for our Monday release of the clean sweep. So we'll pack up and then we're going to head over to Rochester. I need my keys. So we are down at one of our construction cleaning projects down in Woodlands development for a company called Esquire Developments. They make really good homes, so shout out to them. We're down here, we're going to put down an individual piece of content which is going to take you guys through what happens in the builder's cleaning process. So we have 3 phases, so I'm going to explain each of those phases, what goes on, what we look for, and then some of the plus and minuses for any of you cleaning guys out there that are looking to get into post-construction cleaning, or you might work in it already and you can tell me if you agree with me. So we're going to put that footage down, let's jump inside and get going. No. Like downstairs, there's not really too much that goes on in these particular sorry mate, I have to go again. Ready? So we're in the master bedroom upstairs now. That can sometimes be an art because sorry mate, I'm gonna have to do that again. Ready? And then obviously the final clean, we'd make sure the outsides is nice and ready before someone moves in. Shit. So we've just put down our construction cleaning video. We have done a video on this particular development before. It was actually filmed outside the show home, which is now occupied, and there's a car coming. Is he coming? Oh, he's changed his mind. Sorry, mate. Still recording? Yeah. Oh well, interruptions happen, right? Yeah. So we've done a video on this particular plot before. We've done that one down there, and then the houses that we were just filming outside, they were bare bone when we come here last time in episode 2, so of the clean sweep. So if you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. The time is about 1:30. I have a personal appointment this afternoon. I've got something going on at my daughter's school, so I haven't got much on for the rest of the day. We're heading back to HQ. I'll catch up on a few emails, and then that will probably wrap up the day, and I will be checking out early. So that wraps up Thursday, guys. I will catch you guys bright and early in the morning as always. Good afternoon, gang. I say it's afternoon because I forgot my DJI this morning. I headed down to JCD HQ, and when I got there I realised that I had left my DJI camera at home, so I wasn't able to give you guys an update. So I'm reporting from the afternoon rather than the morning like we usually do. So for a change of scenery and a change of saying, good afternoon, Team JCD. It's Friday. To be honest with you guys, I haven't got much on today in terms of fixed appointments. I have a meeting with a customer this afternoon, but that's just a general catch up, nothing overly important with that. So as I say on the channel all the time, Fridays we always try and keep that relatively free. It's just an idea that I have, just it enables me to catch up on any bits and pieces that I may have missed during the week, quotes, etc., which I've sent out this morning. And it also enables me just to have a free day in case any jobs come up that I need to go and look at, or clients want to have a chat with me about anything. It just gives me that free day that I know I've always got Friday to fall back on. And if nothing else, it just gives me a clear admin day and I can finish off a little earlier. We're getting ready today for a big job we've got next week. We've got 2 nights where we're working for a transit company in a cold store. So basically it's a big room, white rock walls, and we are cleaning down the walls and ceiling. So James has been over there to visit Mike and just check what he needs for the job, make sure we've got everything. We've got 4 guys going to this job for 2 evenings. Me and Adam are going to go over there on Tuesday, just to make sure everything goes okay and starts, and we'll do a standalone video for that one. And then the rest of the week, you see me guys at the development where we started doing the drainage survey, where the main survey was blocked. We're working with another contractor, a drainage contractor, Ben from Blue House Drainage, who's just had a baby. Congratulations if you get around to ever watching this. So he's coming to help us down because the mains is a 225mm mains. Our camera is really only made for up to 6 inch, to be honest. So he's going to come down, give us a hand with some surveying there, and hopefully we'll get that knocked out over a 2-day period. We're going to have our tanker down there because we're going to have to jet out that 225mm line. So we've got a busy week next week, guys. It's always nice, you know, we have them ups and downs, but next week is going to be a busy one. I've had some communications from a couple of the tenders you see me send out earlier this week. One come back just to confirm they'd received what I posted out and they had got the email copy that I sent. The other one come back asking some simple questions around cost, which is always a good sign. You know, if your quote is not even in the mix for consideration, 9 times out of 10 you get ghosted. So the fact that they gave me a call and said, Chris, can you clarify this site? Can you clarify that? Means it's under real consideration, which is good. I was hoping to hear about that today and be able to give you guys some good news on that one, but it's looking like, unless something drastic happens, what's the time now? I mean, it's just gone 4:05. So unless something drastic happens, we're probably not going to hear about that today. So hopefully we'll have some good news about that next week. So a busy week next week, guys. So make sure you tune in. As always, thanks for tuning into this episode, and stick with us next week where we've got some fantastic projects and some fantastic pieces of work to show you guys. If you don't already subscribe to the channel, then please do. We're nearly at 400 subscribers and I'd like to get to 500 by the end of the year. So make sure you hit that subscribe button for me, and I'll catch you guys next week, Monday morning, bright and early.